I don't own the rights to this music, I own the rights to this message. Michelle Alexander wrote the book, The New Face of Old Jim Crow. I made the movie. I named the politicians, the judges, and I explained the whole situation about the war on drugs. The war on drugs is a war on the black community. Remember that. The war on drugs is the black community. You got the have versus the have-nots. You feel me? The have versus the have-nots. So we're gonna do it through the legal lens. Social media for social change. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. This is the Baltimore City Dissent Decree. And if you contact Judge Badar and ask him to answer my paperwork, if you ask Ivan Bates to answer that paperwork, we talking about jurisdiction. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. And if you contact Commissioner Harris, prosecutorial immunity don't apply to you because you ain't in office no more. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. This is the Civilian Review Board, all right? And it says excessive force, abusive language, harassment, false imprisonment, false arrest. And they did all that. They did all that to me more than one occasion here in Maryland. Leaders of a beautiful struggle ain't open their mouth. Mr. Glover has this information. You have this information. It's 45th District night tonight. It's the 45th District tonight. I'm an activist in Baltimore, all right? That's 2016 Activist of the Year. That's me and Kelly Davis. I'm the founding member of the Baltimore Block. You freed Keith Davis, so I won a trial. Everything I've been doing from 2006 to now is public record. It's my 20-year anniversary this year. 20 years a slave, 40 years in all. 20 in Illinois and 20 in Maryland. We went from enslavement to mass incarceration, and I made a movie all about it. Yeah, Starbucks and Shorty. Weaving the social fabric, and I use the toilet to do it. If I go to jail, I gotta share that toilet with an inmate. 2026, we're gonna share this toilet with the world. We're gonna share this information with the world. Passover coming, Easter coming. Moses parted the Red Sea, Shorty parted some rednecks. And I did it with toilets. You feel me? I did it with toilets. Weaving the social fabric. I got a 3D printer, so I'm printing up the things that I need to do at Starbucks. And it's the power of the toilet. Did you use the toilet today? You're gonna think about me tomorrow. Because like I said, Baltimore City Dissent Decree. We're talking about jurisdiction. I'm a Baltimore City resident. And that's Ivan Bates. That's Vanessa Attenberry. And that paper that she holding is my intellectual property. And it's evidence for a federal investigation. She getting ready to run for office. If she can't produce that, that makes her parties to a crime because she concealing evidence. You feel me? That's the Constitution. We're gonna talk about my First Amendment, my Fourth Amendment. We're gonna talk about my right to property, my right of freedom of speech. We're gonna talk about the Constitution if it applies to us. And then we're gonna talk about my film crew at Lake County, all right? When I was filming all this. Because like I said, making a movie ain't against the law. You feel me? Making a movie ain't against the law. That's Kurt Anderson in my book. That's Antonio Hayes. That's Kwai Sanfume. That's Dick Gregory. All right? You see that? That's Dick Gregory. That's the Maryland School of Law. And that's Judge Papaya, Judge Turnbull, Judge Souter. Y'all know who he is. That's C.D. Witherspoon. That's the woman in the red dress. The woman in the red dress on North Avenue. That's Kwai Sanfume. That's Dick Gregory. That's Legal, 2014. That's Kwai Sanfume. And that's Mark Clark in the Big Fat Morning Show when he first came to town. Like I said, 92Q. Shorty pull your mask up? No, Shorty gonna unmask Baltimore. Same thing make you laugh, gonna make you smile. Make me smile. Feel me? That's Shorty's. And I gave you the Shorty program. I gave you the whole program. That's Amnesty International. I'm a political prisoner living in exile in my own country. And it's right here, Dwayne Shorty Davis. All right, Shorty's a self-help organization. Like I said, Amnesty International. And it was about Scott Schellenberger. I'm a whistleblower. And that's my Department of Justice ID number. Shorty's Pit Beef from 2008 to now. You feel me? I'm out $250 million. And like I said, Baltimore City Dissent Decree. Right here. Whistleblower, 2008 to 2023. That's our Speaker Pena, Mayor Brandon Scott. That's Sheila Dixon. You see who that is? Wilkins. And that's Ivan Bates, 2024, February the 13th. Like I said, last day of session is April 13th. 13 is my lucky number. 13 is my lucky number. That's Ivan Bates. And that's the judicial system. And that's the state public defender. And like I said, I was making a movie. Making a movie ain't against the law. Michelle Alexander wrote the book. I made the movie. And I'm ready to produce it. I'm ready to distribute it. I'm ready to market it. Books over bars, education instead of incarceration. Books over bars, education instead of incarceration. All right, so Dr. K, did I do a good class today? I think I broke it down pretty good. We went from enslavement to mass incarceration. We talking about the haves versus the have-nots, and the have-nots not having it no more. I'm potty training politicians. You see the politicians on the toilets? Every politician gonna get one. You feel me? That's the backside. So ask Jazzy Jeff.